Welcome to Fallout 76, this is Jim. In this video we're going to take a look at completing daily challenges for today, Saturday, June 21st, 2025. Let's take a look at it and see what we got for today. Alright, we get some good ones here. I have many videos on my channel that'll help you guys out, different ideas, different locations, easy areas, hard areas, that way if your brain's breaking a new player to the game. Returning player, even if you're an experienced player, there's a particular daily, weekly challenge that's giving you a hard time or trouble. I'm sure you'll find a video on my channel that'll help you. Try to keep my videos as updated as I possibly can. Of course, you guys are awesome, the great comments and tips, which I greatly appreciate. So you can see it is double score weekend, which is pretty awesome. So now is the time to gain some good traction on the current Season 21 Season Pass. If you take a look at the top right hand corner of the screen, I do have a 25% boost on top of the double score that we have. That 25% boost I claimed right off the current Season 21 Season Pass on 3 pages, a 5%, 10%, additional 10%. You can claim that by being a Fallout First member or by paying the 1500 atoms for the Season Pass. We're going to go ahead and use a score booster drink here. Of course, we can only use 1 score booster drink per day, which is going to give us an extra 25% of what we have already. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright, good stuff. Now we have 50%. Now, if you ever use a score booster drink and you don't see your score increasing, there's nothing wrong with your game. All you do is you back out, you go back into it again, and you'll see it pop up. There we go. Now, you will come across some very old information, some old Reddit posts from back in the day. People used to say, make sure you save your weekly challenges for double score weekend, okay? But the double score does not affect weekly challenges. Double score only affects the daily challenges, okay? So just an FYI there. So let's take a look here. So I did re-roll one here. It was complete a daily ops, and I got this one here instead. So just an FYI there. So let's go ahead and track that bad boy. So actually, let's take a look at this one here first. Actually, collect caps 100. So a couple different ways you can go about to do this. You can wait for people to come to your camp, buy some things from your vendor. You can collect caps that way. Now these days, since the December 3rd, 2024 update, we do get a few caps off of, seems like every enemy nowadays, which is pretty good. Not all, but most enemies. And that's a good way to get caps too. Just kind of playing the game, enjoying the game, go kill some enemies, get some XP, and collect some caps. Now, I find rad toads are a pretty good source of extra caps. I find rad toads usually up here in good old Grafton. So just an FYI there. Another thing you can do is you can go to a certain spots here. Excuse me, I'm struggling here today. Right down here in Welsh. Now, what makes Welsh very popular with me is there's a lot of weapons laying around. I would say there's about 8 weapons just laying around. And plus, those mole miners down here will have either combat rifles, shotguns, combat shotguns, missile launchers, even the gauntlets, and they're all fairly in decent shape. And all you do is just go around and collect them all. Don't worry about wearing using a carry weight booster. Just go ahead, let yourself be overweight. So we have a train station right here. Go ahead and sell all that to the NPC vendor and get all kinds of caps that way. So that is a really good way of doing it. The second spot is just up here at Morgantown Airport. Again, quite a few scorched up here. And if you're lucky enough to call in the event collision course, which happens right about here, again, all kinds of scorched show up. You'll be able to get all kinds of weapons and armor and even chems from this area. And again, we have a train station close by. You don't have to worry yourself about being overweight. Just go over there and sell all that stuff over there, so you can do it that way as well. Now, what we're going to do in this episode, we're actually going to go to the Atomic Shop here today, is every day enter the featured section, special free special offers tab. We get there, we always have something that's free. And as you can see, today's free item is 250 caps. Now, I usually recommend to people, even if you play for about 5 to 10 minutes, I always recommend people to come here and claim their free item. It's usually a utility item, but sometimes there are caps here. The only thing you got to remember is you got to make sure that you have the caps available. So our maximum amount of caps that anyone can have is 40,000 caps. Now, when you're higher level like myself, Being maxed out on caps, it's quite frequent, okay? So I just had to make sure that I have enough room for 250 caps so they don't go to waste. Let's go. We're going to claim this free item out of here. Just like that. Look at that. Collect caps 100 for 100. Done. Just like that. Do it the fast, quick, and easy way. So again, you can do it that way. You can also, kind of enjoy the game and go get some enemies and XP at the same time. But that is definitely the quickest way. And that just happens to work out. So that's pretty awesome. All right, let's see what's next here. Like Purified Water 5. So we can find Purified Water in many great spots in around the wasteland. However, those spots are usually quite random. So what I usually recommend to people is to go around to other players' vendors in other players' camps, and they'll have either water collectors or water purifiers or water coolers there that you can collect from. So it's an unwritten rule here in the game. If it's not locked up, it's fair game. So everyone knows if they put a collector or some sort of generator or resource in their camp, if they don't lock it up, someone's going to take from it, okay? Just the way the game is, the way the people are. But if you lock it up, it's good. But if it's not locked up, it's fair game. It's good. It's good. So I usually have, every one of my camps, I usually have water collectors or purifiers or vintage water coolers near my vendors. That way the people don't have to kind of go around, look for them. And they're usually right in here. Most around my vendors here, we have these water coolers. Now these are the vintage water coolers we got from opening up the festive gifts at Christmas time from those festive scorched. I know many of you were very successful the last time that we had this past Christmas was able to get your hands on these bad boys. Now if you don't, you will come across the odd plan in players vendors. Again, it's a little bit rare. I haven't seen it around for quite a while, but if they do, I highly recommend it because it's definitely worthwhile to get. As you can see, it passively collects 2 purified water while you play the game. They're nice and small and compact. These ones are nice and short, so you can kind of stack them on top of each other. They're pretty cool to have. Now we have another variation of that. If we go to our build menu here and under the water tab, there, we have this Enclave version. So this is the one we got in Season 19 Season Pass. I did do a little video on this guy, and I also included it with this vintage water cooler one. As you can see, he's a little bit bigger. Again, he's nice and compact, but he's a little bit taller, so you can't really stack them. But same thing, he'll passively collect 2 purified water while you play the game. Right? So if you played a little while back during Season 19, you may have this available to you, so you can always check. And last but not least, we have these old-fashioned water purifiers here. Now, you actually get these very early on in-game. Once you reach level 20, you're able to follow the Overseer. And just by following the Overseer's missions, I would say level 21, level 22 or so, you'll get your hands on these plans here. And to be honest with you, this is all I had for the longest time until I got my hands on the vintage water cooler just a little over 2 years ago. And this is all I had in every one of my camps. So just an FYI, they do cost, have a lot of requirements to build and some power, but again, very useful. So this is 2, 3, and 5. I believe that's what they collect. Alright, so give you guys great options there. Let's go ahead and collect some purified water here. Just like that, collect purified water, 5 for 5, done. So many great ways you can go about and doing that. Let's see what's next here. Scrap trying to produce wood, 10. So the best way to do this one is use the bulk and scrap method at any tinker's workbench. Now the vast majority of us will have wood either in our stash box, scrap box, or on our person. But just in case, if you're brand new to the game or you're kind of low on wood, there's some great spots where we can find wood. Usually anywheres in around the forest region. Lots of good down trees there. Nice little triangle between Vault 76, the Wayward, Flatwoods, and right back up. Great little section here to find down trees, okay? Right out behind the yellow house on the main road in Helvetia. Nice little stockpile of wood there, plus it being part of the forest, lots of wood in around this area in terms of down trees. One of the best spots for stockpile wood is right up here, Prickett's Fort. Again, lots of wood up here. You guys have seen me bring you guys up here many times during these daily weekly challenge videos. It's actually a really good spot if you're looking to either build a camp or modify a camp. You're going to need wood, and this is a great spot to collect wood. Nice and easy, nice passive area. And of course, usually I've had a lot of people mention that up here in the Toxic Valley region is you can kind of pinpoint down trees a little bit easier than the forest, because you know the forest can be a little thick sometimes and pretty hilly but terrain. But a lot of people like to kind of find wood in around this area. Even Skyline Valley region is a pretty good spot for down trees as well. All right, so give you guys some great options for down trees, ways to get wood. So let's go ahead and do this daily challenge here. We're going to use our Tinker's Workbench. Any Tinker's Workbench will do. We're going to go down to bulk. Go down all the way to the bottom to bulk wood. So to bulk 1 wood, all you need is 2 plastic and 30 wood scraps. We're going to go ahead and bulk it here. Just like that. We're going to back out. And then we're going to scrap that bulk wood we just literally crafted here. Done. Scrap done to produce wood. 10 for 10 done. Just like that. Now that is the bulk and scrap method. It's used for the majority of junk items we have here in game, but not all of them, but most of them. That's pretty cool. All right, let's see what's next here. Scrap trying to produce plastic 10. So again, just like the wood, we can do this by completing the bulk and scrap method. So we go back to any Tinker's Workbench at all. We go ahead and go craft. Bulk, go down here to the piece section. So to bulk 1 plastic, all you need is 12 molded plastic from your stash of scrap box. Go ahead and you craft your bulk plastic, and you scrap is hands down the fastest, quickest, easiest way to complete this daily challenge, just like the wood. More so for the folks that are kind of short on time, or for people like to get things done quick and easy, the bulk and scrap method is definitely where it's at for most junk items here in the game. Now, we do have a camp resource available to us. If I think I have it in this camp here. Yeah, right here. So this is the Red Rocket Dumpster Collector, though. This was in the shop last week, I believe, but it will passively collect junk items that we can scrap to give us plastic. As you can see, there are the item stats there in the middle for each one of these bad boys. Okay. Plus, it gives you some ideas of what gives you plastic. Now, I remember when this came out last year, 2024, a lot of people liked it more so just for the looks of it. And it collecting junk items like this is just an extra bonus, I guess. But it is a pretty nice little piece to have in your camp. Again, if you're short on time and you want to get some plastic, it'll definitely, pay itself off very quick. And again, pool table balls, as you saw there. So I believe there's a pool table here. Right here in White Springs, if we use the front door entrance here, this icon here, you take a right, you go all the way down towards the manager's area. There's a pool table down there. I believe there's a couple pool tables here in the White Spring Golf Club. Again, a little bit higher level area. Right here in Summersville, the Burnt Book House, the first one on the right-hand side. You have to defeat those ghouls that are there. If you head downstairs, there's a pool table with a bunch of pool table balls down there as well. And I believe there's a pool table here at Overlook Cabin as well. I believe it's upstairs, so you can check those out as well. Now we do have cat bowls right at the old cat house, and it is east of Big Al's Tattoo Parlor. So let's pop into Big Al's Tattoo Parlor here today. I'm gonna run right up that hill. Now the cat house is an unmarked location. Alright, so once we're here at Big Al Tattoo Parlor, we're going to head due east here, and we're going to run right up this hill. Now, you don't need a jetpack to get up here. It's just adds another maybe 30 seconds onto the video, but you just kind of head up this way. Run right up this little path here. Right up here. And there is the cat house right there. Alright, so here is our location on the map. We head inside, it's a pretty good spot. Again, we got these little cat bowls. Each cat bowl gives us 2 plastics, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, just in case. So as you can see, they're just coming right out of the floor there. There's a bunch here, a bunch on top of there, there's a bunch on the counter over here. It's a pretty good spot. Alright, let's head back to our camp, and we're going to scrap these bad boys up here. Now, you don't have to go to your camp. You can go to some other player's camp. You can go to any train station. You can go down to the mall, what have you, to scrap this stuff up. I'm just going back to my camp because this is just my little routine that I do for these videos. Oh, goodness. Let's go ahead and scrap these up here. As you can see, item stats, 2 plastic each. There we go. Scrap junk to produce plastic, 10 for 10. And again, if you're kind of short on time, the bulk and scrap method is definitely where it's at. Let's see what's next here. Alright, let's go ahead. Kill a feral ghoul 10. So many great spots we can find feral ghouls in around the wasteland. Just west of the Vault 76, we have the upper lower park lot. We have the Eastern Regional Penitentiary. We have the lower section of Clarksburg going over to Clarksburg Shooting Club. Anywhere in around Morgantown and even the monorail system, every block and a half will have a little patch of 4 to 6 ghouls there. It's a pretty good spot. The level 50 DMV building, Charleston Capitol building. All kinds in there. Lewisburg. I've about maybe 7 of them or so. Anywhere in around the White Spring Greens, White Spring Golf Club. Pretty good spot there as well. Just to name a couple spots for some ghouls. Let's go to Morgantown, shall we? Let's spawn here at Morgantown High School. Alright, now the high school itself will have Scorched, okay? But we're just going to head right up to the road here. As I mentioned, every block and a half or so will have like a little patch of 4 to 6 ghouls, and they're usually laying on the ground, and they won't pop up until you get a little bit closer here. Let's get a little closer. You'll see them kind of pop up here. Nice. Okay, so we're going to run right down this road here, and there'll be another patch right just up here. There we go. Nice. Just like that, nice and easy. And that's Morgantown. That's great. Even the monorail system, as I mentioned, some of them like to kind of hang out there. And yeah, every block and a half or so, come across these ghouls, little patches of them. All right, let's see what's next here. Destroying Assaultron 1. So many great ways we can find Assaultrons here in the game. Right down here in Watoga. Okay, so if you spawn here at Watoga Station, just walk up this little sidewalk right here and loops right back around. There's 4 right along this sidewalk. There's usually 1 more right in the middle of town, usually. So 5 in total is a pretty good spot. Another good way, now talking about that actually, while I'm talking about Watoga, if you completed the quest called Mayor for a Day, all these robots will be passive. Even if you destroy one in front of the other, they'll still be passive towards you, okay? It's pretty good. Now, if you did not complete Mayor for a Day, they'll all be aggressive. And some of you had mentioned that you guys like that, and that's, again, it's really up to you. It's up to your preference, whatever you want, but some people don't bother with that quest. And of course, we have some Assaultrons down at the White Spring Mall. You can use the north entrance to get down to the mall. You can also use the front door entrance, just an additional loading screen to get down to the mall, okay? Now, if you do go after those robots down in the mall, they will turn aggressive, like the one that you're attacking, but the other one will still be passive around you. However, the robots that are on the outside of White Springs, that's a totally different story. If you accidentally shoot, or a little bit of splash damage hits them from one of your weapons, every robot in that place, even the human responders, will come after you. Alright, so just an FYI there. So let's go down to the mall here, and we'll try our luck down here. As I mentioned, the one that you're firing on down here will be the only one that turns aggressive. The other robots will be passive towards you. So let's get some distance here. Oh, you're not letting me zoom in there. Again, it's a good way of taking them out. Did you see that thing? Did you see that thing? Oh my gosh! See what I mean? That guy's up there. You don't care. He's going in his eye. I want no part of this. Yeah, I don't know. Like this icebreaker. Like I did a review and test on this weapon. I think it was this past Wednesday. And at the beginning of the video, it was pretty good, but near halfway to the end, all the enemies were doing that. Like it was totally crazy. And yeah, that was kind of freaky, eh? But if you are going after Assaultron, someone had mentioned the other day that they usually re-roll that one. But as I always kind of, like a pro tip, is always go for their legs, okay? Just spray at their legs if you can. Get a good shot off and it will cripple their legs, okay? And then that way there, like if you're not using this weapon, they'll be definitely slowed down. Where they'll kind of crawl on the floor, and that way there you can kind of step back, you can reload your weapon, get out another weapon, take a breather, and just kind of shoot at them kind of thing like this, right? And that's what I would suggest if you're lower level, and if you watch my my little playthrough, my little let's play of the early on quest with my lower level character, if you watch me attack the Assaultrons, that's what I do. I'm always spraying at their legs, and I end up crippling them, and even though I'm no match for them, I still end up killing them fairly easily because I cripple their legs, okay? So just an FYI, might take a little bit longer, but just a little bit of a pro tip there. I think that's my blood. Yeah, it is. Let's see what's next here, Jimmy boy. Alright, catch a fish in the Toxic Valley region too. Alright, so first things first, you are going to need a fishing pole. So if you haven't played the game the last couple of weeks, you will have to complete the side quest called Casting Off, and it's right here at Fisherman's Rest. It's a very easy quest to do, and during that quest you get your very own fishing pole, and you can't fish without it, okay? And if you're still having some trouble or issues, or if you're brand new to the game, you can check out that video I made. I think it was on June the 3rd, 2025, so you can check that out if you so wish. Right, but you need your fishing pole first. And of course the Toxic Valley region, that is right up here, as I mentioned. Borderline's the forest right here. The borderline's the Savage Divide on this side here, right? So anywhere's along here. Now, sometimes it can be a lot difficult to find bodies of water. Now, there's bodies of water here in Wavy Willards Water Park. I think there's a couple pools and around Hemlock Holes, but I think they're very shallow there, so you might have to kind of fool around it for a little bit there. And let's see, I think there's some in around Clarksburg, like this area right here that you can go, and right here in Grafton. So let's try Grafton here. It's going to spawn us on the north side of Grafton. There's going to be a couple of red toads there, but we'll try to take care of them first. Usually right here, so let's try our fishing. Oh, there we go, perfect. So you can get attacked while fishing, so just an FYI there. Just make sure you're aware of that. There we go. Alright, one more, Jimmy. So I like this reel that I have, but the catch zone is very thin, but it does come very fast there. There we go. Catch a fish in Toxic Valley region. 2 for 2 done. Just like that. Sweet. Now don't forget Wavy Willards Water Park is another spot. You will have to take out a couple of Scorched up here though, so just an FYI there. And I think we're done. We are, just like that. Some nice easy score there. Pretty awesome. Let's head back to our camp here. We're going to take a look at Weapon of the Day. Get some sweet, sweet rats for my ghoulish character. Alright, there we go. Let's head in there. Alright, Weapon of the Day here, Jim. Now this is the Icebreaker. We get this right off the current Season 21 Season Pass. So, as is, it's the bottom 3 if you craft it. So enemies killed with Icebreaker leaves behind a Cryohazard. Cryohazards slow enemies by 60%. Bashing slows enemies by 60% for 12 seconds, okay? Now the top line there, it's only because I have a mod for it called Fletches. Now this is basically a harpoon gun, alright? And there's only 4 mods available for this sucker, and I have 3 of them. But I do have the Fletches installed, and that's why I have the very top one. Fires a shotgun blast of harpoon fletches per fletch. Okay, it's per harpoon, I should say. So just an FYI there. So 123 times 7 damage, which is a lot. 34 times 7 cryo damage. 480, I think it's cryo hazard for 15 seconds. Harpoons. Now harpoons are very heavy. Even if you have like 100 of them on you, I think it's the stack rate's like 34 or something like that. It's pretty crazy, pretty outrageous how heavy harpoons are. And even though it only has a capacity of 3, right? So 2 in the MiG, 1 in the chamber. I don't really notice it that much. You know what I mean? Like when I did the test and review video this past Wednesday, I think it is. And you can check out that video if you so wish, but I don't really notice it much because it reloads fast, and it's a pretty good weapon. Like it's usually a one-shot, one-kill kind of deal, so it's pretty good. Now it is a heavy weapon, so let's look at the perk cards here real quick. So under strength we have Master Heavy Gunner, Expert Heavy Gunner, all maxed out. Lock and Load's a good one. Grenadier, Bullet Shield's a good one. And One Gun Army's a good one there as well as these other random cards that I have here. Legendary perk cards, these are what I have. Again, I'm very happy with them, and they're all maxed out. Had these for quite some time. Yeah, perfect. There we go. Nice, easy one here today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and share when you have the chance. It really helps me out. I'd like to thank my channel members, Artistically Arranged, Michael Edwards, Nigel Wiffen, Heather, Whitetribe, Mr. Shelton, Drake Stamps, NotMeButMeYesMeThatsMe, Yes Me, That's Me, G-Wayne, Demon, Confoundedbridge, Wave Water, John DJ59, Picquerist, Gwen Trutnau, Tony Watson, J Flow, Felix the Cat. Thank you all so very much, and I hope you all have a nice day.